because we got this Canada matchup. No, sorry, event in Canada where you're going to have two guys prominent in the United States is going to split this country in half, but because of the contracts, it kind of like dirtied up that event. But still, Magda, sister, you have done well for yourself. And now here we are again. You know, yes, I will get diabetes, probably diabetes.
The pineapple Fanta is what's going to do it.
Yeah. So that's just to get the sugar rush. But yeah, coffee and lemonade, I'm fine. Let's talk about that for a second, you know, because we got some matches on the card that are awesome. If out of anybody, who would have thought Magna would pull these two guys out? And we'll get to those guys last because they're the main event, obviously. So, Ryan, take this thing away. It's in your country. You lead the way.
Tamara Mitz. If you don't recognize that name, well, you might not be that big of a fan of the sport. She has been around killing it for years and years and years and years. She has recently taken some time off, and she's coming back, and she's pulling Michelle Dugan. Tamara Mitz, at one point, like they have pulled. I think Michelle and Tamara, I was there when they pulled at the Arnold Classic 10 years ago.
See?
Like it's been a while. And I don't remember if you remember Margie Warden?
Yeah.
I think she won the tournament. Tamara got second and Michelle got third, if memory serves me correctly.
Right. And the Michelle then is not the Michelle now. But Tamara Mitz, Canadian Hall of Famer, if you will, by the way, in case you guys don't know that. Yes, Hall of Famer. And
Hall of Famer, many-time national champion.
Yes. Does she have a couple of world titles too?
I don't know about the world titles. I wouldn't be surprised. I do know that I believe she has won the Arnolds.
Okay. And you know what? For those that don't know, if you win the Arnolds, that's a lifetime event. You can go back. You don't have to qualify no more, by the way. That's one of the perks of winning the Arnold. So now, Michelle Dugan, you are talking about one of the ladies, you know, on the WL landscape of the women's division. And she was on that rocket ship. COVID fucked everything up, you know. Now here's the deal. Michelle's been whooping ass ever since. And when I say this, I'm not bad-mouthing Michelle in any way. She's an awesome puller. Here's the thing. The East vs. West finals, okay, took place East Coast this year. So everything was kind of like this, Ryan, lined up for her to get that win, and she would have been the one that pulled Carolina. However, she ran into a buzzsaw named Elizabeth. And Elizabeth put the boots to her, and everybody was like, what the hell just happened? And I think that has a chip on Michelle's shoulder. You know what I mean? So she's really seeking her teeth into this match. And I don't know the last time Tamara pulled a match that was – well, she pulled a tournament. She took time off. She had some family stuff she had to deal with, and now she's coming back now. I don't know the last time she pulled, but I know that she also was on the WL women's division. Ryan, you know Tamara more than I do. I know her on a personal level for other situations that we're not going to talk about now. But tell me, who do you think takes this?
Oh, man. Man, I don't know. I think if they were both in their absolute best form, Tamara takes it. I don't know where she's at. I still will pick her to win based on my loyalty to my friend Tamara. But I will not, I wouldn't put money on it. I think it could go either way because Michelle has been far more active.
And that's just the thing, you know, and it's hard for me because Tamara and I share a unfortunate bond over some unfortunate tragedies. And, we kind of like that ever since then. We kind of feed off one another. So for that, I'm going with Tamara,
Hope she does well.
Yes. Oh, the Michael Todd hoodie's coming off now. Getting hot now.
To reveal the Michael Todd t-shirt.
It's getting no, not this. No, the shirt's not there. The shirt's in here actually. But yeah, so it's getting hot. It's getting hot. All right.
Let's talk about Alan Ford versus Kirsten Prodigy.
I know nothing about Kirsten.
Doesn't he go by other names too?
There's so many nicknames out there. I don't even know what their actual name is. I really don't.
Yeah, I believe his Facebook name is Tattooist or something like that. But
maybe.
I'm
elbow caught the shirt.
Pretty confident in my pointy elbows. You better get off the juice, Jody. Your elbows are getting too pointy.
I mean, you see this? So here, I'm gonna put my elbow to the mic. And there you go.
I'm going to say right now with absolute confidence, Alan Ford destroys in that match and wins it handily.
What's he weighing these days?
I think he's just over 200 pounds.
Okay, so he's still around the 198 class or whatnot, give or take. Okay.
Let's not forget that Alan Ford has beaten the likes of Rob Vigent Jr. He is a very decorated arm wrestler all over the world. Just can't see him getting taking the loss in this one.
The Drew says Kirsten is a good puller, good dude from Moldova, snapped his bicep pulling Bolshadar, and has gotten much better since then.
He will have had to get a lot better since then.
Ooh, Jay Clean says Alan. Last time I seen Alan pull was at Arm Gods. He lost 3-1 over there, so that's all I know. That was like January, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last time I seen him pull. So.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Moving on. Matt Mask versus Sergey Kalichenko.
Aha. Now, this is where we go. Okay. Ever since, Matt Mask has been on a tear. Because you got to remember, he took some ass kickings on East versus West. All right, I'm going to take time off, go find myself. Go ahead and just, find out what's really going wrong, fix the problem, go from there. And then he goes to the East versus West qualifier and just annihilates everybody, wins the finals. And now he's going to have a match at some point down the road because by virtue of our winning, that's what you get. Now, here he's pulling Sergey, yes? Where's he from?
Oh, I don't remember where Sergey's from. The East.
Yeah, we'll just say he's from the East. And even Jay Clean says he has a win on Sanders, by the way.
Ukraine. Jay Clean says Ukraine. I think Matt has adopted the training philosophy of the same thing, only harder. I don't think you're going to see Matt come out and like slap someone on a hook. He's got a really strong A move, but I don't think he deviates much from that. And I think it might be his downfall here. So, I mean, you got a guy that's on par with the likes of Sanders, the likes of Sonev. And
here's my thing with that, because same thing, only harder. I mean, I guess that's one way of using your strength where, hey, I got one move, but damn it, it's a good one. The only downfall I see about that is that if you have your ace move, once again, I always think of super matches as baseball pitchers. You throw your best pitch, fastball, whatever, and that guy crushes that out of the park, you better make sure you got a breaking ball or a curve ball, meaning that you got to have a plan B and sometimes even a plan C. Because if they shut that down and you got nothing else, it's going to be a quick day, Yeah,
I don't think this goes anywhere, but
I know who I'm pulling for.
Who are you pulling for?
I'm pulling for Matt because this will be the perfect storybook of a comeback of the Wild Horse. Because if he can get this win on that big stage, then go to the next East vs. West that he's going to participate in, win that one. Now all of a sudden, hey, you're talking about a guy that got his ass kicked, and now he's coming back with a vengeance. I'm telling you, that right there is a story in itself.
Hold the phone here. I'm going to highlight this because, Billy, you are basically telling us that you have lined up Pavlo and Matt Mask in a match at the end of September.
Is that the North vs. South match?
If you're going to say that, you better have that confirmed.
Well, I'm going to take a sip of my Fanta for that one.
So, Billy, you better have that match confirmed if you're going to say that on here, because we're going to talk about it.
Hey, are you on the card, Ryan?
And Billy has not offered me a match. No,
okay.
He has not. Nope. Well, anyway, we have this Matt match, and I don't think Matt's going to win, unfortunately. I think it's going to be the other way. I think Sergey is too much. And unless Matt does an overhaul, or at least develops some other stuff, I mean, his move is awesome. But
I got one
if
question for
if
you,
you
Ryan.
have one thing to defend against, you can train specifically for it. I don't know.
Let me ask you a question, Ryan, as far as Matt Mask. And I don't think he's really thought about this, but I thought about that because of his stature. If Matt Mask, who stands about 6'5", 6'6", maybe, long lever, do you think it would benefit him to start learning how to fucking just shoulder press people because of that length in an aggressive fashion? Because think about it. If I'm 6'5", and I got this long arm, and I'm up here like that, and I come down on people, no, does that make sense or no?
Possibly. You read that?
Yep, both have confirmed, and just looking for the final date. And yes, I'll have one for you, Ryan. Oh, yeah.
Should I answer David's question?
Please do.
What do you think of matches versus Austin Jaggers, Nick Stone, or Mendogas Dulskis? Well, I've pulled Austin left-handed, and I've only practiced pulled with him right-handed. I would pull any of those matches, to be honest. So it's good.
Is that a hint for Billy Berg to get one of those guys over?
Well, Billy seems to think he's got a match for me already. I'd love to know who it is. I'd love to know who it is, Billy. Make the offer to me right now. All right. Jay Clean, the right, is feeling okay, but we'll find out when I do some good after pulling at the high five event.
And that's coming up at the end of the month. Yes, 26.
The 20. The 20. Yeah, the 26th.
Okay.
Just over 2 weeks away.
All right.
Now, Heidi Cordner.
Woo!
The skyscraper.
The Tower of Power.
Versus Sarah Bachman. I never know what to really think. Oh, Billy's not doing it. He's yeah. Sorry, Billy.
He gonna make you sweat?
You must be swimming in cold water right now, Billy.
He gonna make you sweat? Oh wow.
Oh boy.
So the thing about Sarah, I haven't seen her pulls on a big stage since when? King of the Table 2, 3?
It's been a minute.
And that was like she pulled Gabriella, right? And that was when it was a 6 round. And that was the first that we started talking about, okay, should it really be 6 rounds? Because once, Gabby was dominant rounds 1, 2, 3 was like, okay, I got it. Round 4 was like she barely held on, and the tide started turning, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm done. Is that a Cody Merritt sighting? What's up, Cody? Yes, Cody wants to know what date. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Better get out your checkbook, Billy.
Uh-oh. Oh, man. Woo! Now, Sarah and Heidi. When was the last time Heidi pulled again?
It's been a while.
And when you haven't pulled in a while, it's hard to find out where everybody is. You know, it really is. Last time I said, hey, remember when Doug Earler got the call from East First West, and we haven't seen him since he pulled Tony Katowski at WAL. We didn't know where he was at. Came here and blew doors off Coach Ray. Put the boots to him. So, and, you know, he won. So it's like, I'm not sure where to put this at. I don't know because I haven't seen either lady pull a tournament. I don't know if Heidi's even pulling Canadian Nationals these days.
Not for a couple years, no.
Yeah, so I don't know where to go with this one, Ryan. I really don't.
Well, I mean, Sarah's got to be the favorite for sure, so I'll just pick the favorite. But, I mean, I know that Heidi's been training, but real match experience is important as well. And then you got the whole point about Sarah maybe not being as that active either.
Yeah, and it's just hard because you don't really know exactly when, you know, what comes out of that. Everyone's been training, but we, you know, training and then actually competing are two different things. We all know that. So,
yeah, very true. I'm taking Sarah.
There you go. I'll have to go with that too.
And now the main event. A match that we've seen in many different versions over the years, and we still can't really pick a winner. John Berzank versus Todd Hutchings in their latest forms.
I'm going Todd Hutchings.
And we're talking 4 days from now. 4 days from now, we got John Berzank versus Todd Hutchings.
Right.
Man.
I'm going Todd Hutchings. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy. I know the rule of thumb is that you don't bet against John, but John's been struggling lately. I'm gonna go with Todd. I think, and now does that with the contract thing and his name thrown out there, does that do anything to his psyche? I don't know, but Billy Berg, Cody, ready for Ryan? You see this? Sorry, guys, I didn't mean to get sidetracked for a second, but I had to read that. Yes, I think John's hand's too strong for Todd, and that may be the case. But does Todd even give a fuck if you take his hand anyway? He's just going to fucking mow right through you. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the one flaw that John has that never used to be a flaw is his shoulder. It's not what he used to be. And this is the reason why I'm picking Todd. Even John has admitted sometimes his shoulder kind of gives him issues. The way Todd pulls, it's going to put pressure on that shoulder. You take his hand, he doesn't care. I'm just going to sit there and go like that, all the side pressure. Is John going to be able to hold it for 5 rounds if it gets to that point? That is going to be the question.
You know what? I think he's I think you have made all very valid points. And if there's one weakness in John, this match will exploit it. For sure. But I'm still going to take John.
Rightfully so. I get it. I mean, every time you see John, you always want him to win. But you see, some of the matches with Arackley, when Arackley had him, and John was kind of holding here and just, Todd gets him here. Todd's coming like this and not like that with that Arackley match. And remember the match I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, where John was holding on like that and he was pressing down. Where now Todd's going to do this version. You take his hand, I'm coming that way. And it's weird because I don't know if you can see it, but I felt it before and on the side table before. Todd's side pressure like that, but it's also up pressure also. It's hard to explain because you can't see it with the naked eye. But when I felt it and he explained it to me, it's side pressure, but it's also up pressure. It's up inside at the same time. The meat of this is going like that. You know, so if you can hold that, and John has a big enough hand to hold that, but once you get out here, well, what's the first thing that you're going to feel? You're going to feel your shoulder, you know? So, you know, in theory, I'm looking at if his shoulder's not 100% and Todd gets to that point, you know, but John might just sit there and do that and then just kind of rotate like this. But it's all about adjustments, right?
What about the stem cells?
Aren't they both doing stem cells?
Yeah, but if the shoulder is healed, maybe he's doing that and he's doing some peptides. Who knows?
Yeah, Jay Clean made a good point. Iraqi's press is a lot different than Todd's no hand side pressure. Yeah, my whole point, he's just pushing. You know, he's pushing, you know, and, you know, you got stem cell shoulder versus jam press elbow.